Hi, welcome back. We're going to continue our discussion on quotient rule. For questions 5 and 6, they're asking us to find the derivative and the value of the derivative at c. Now remember, anytime they tell us a c, we're just talking about some x value. So first things first, let's go and find the derivative. We are dividing here. So this is telling me I have to use the quotient rule. So when we take our derivative, f prime of x, my rule is simple. Low, d high. Be careful, use parentheses. Parentheses are like mathematical hugs. They just hug in the problem. Doesn't make you feel better? Low, d high, we get 6x minus 4 minus the top function high, 3x squared minus 4x d low. Well, what's the derivative of the bottom here? That looks like a parenthesis there. There we go. It should be 4x. And on the bottom, the derivative of the bottom is just going to be 1. We're going to then divide that by the bottom function squared. And we're not done yet. I mean, that's my derivative. Perfect job. But now we have to plug in the 2. When you plug in the 2, you can do this mostly in your head. If we do 2 minus 1, that becomes 2 times, this becomes 12 minus 4, which is 8. Minus, this one might be a little bit tougher to do, so let's see if we can try this one. All right, so now derivative is pretty nasty. There's your final answer. It's nasty. That is ugly. That will get you good at algebra right there. All right, so let's take a look here. Continue on. Down below, these are our analytic derivatives, which we've been working on. We've seen these before. So when we take the derivatives, we want to find f prime of 1. So here f of x is g of x over h of x. So this is our quotient rule. So when we take the derivative, we're going to be using our quotient rule. Low d high minus high d low all over the bottom squared. We're not done because now we got to plug in a 1. So we're going to get h of 1, g prime of 1, minus g of 1, h prime of 1, all over h of 1 squared. And I'm just going to plug these in. That's all we're going to do. Equals h of 1, we're told is 3. G prime of 1 is 2 minus g of 1, which is negative 1, times h prime of 1, which is 1, over h of 1 squared, so 1 squared. And if we were to simplify that, we would get 6 plus 1, or just 7 over 1. So the slope there is 7. Number 8, we're multiplying here, so we're going to be using our product rule. So today you're going to be kind of going back and forth. You get your product rule there. So when we take our derivative here, we would get f prime of x, the first, remember the product rule, the first times the derivative of the second, plus the second times the derivative of our first. Plugging in the 1, we get g of 1, h prime of 1, h of 1, g prime of 1. And now we just simplify that. G of 1 is negative 1. H prime of 1, 1. Plus h of 1, which is 3. And g prime of 1, which is negative 1 right there. And if I simplify this, this becomes, what's that on top here? Hold on. Oh, I messed up there. G prime of 1 is 2. There we go. Right there. So we're going to get negative 1 plus 6, which is just negative 5. And there we go. There we have it. Very easy to do. We kind of mentioned these earlier. We're going to start memorizing these. Earlier we said the derivative of tangent was secant squared of x. The derivative of cotangent is going to become negative cosecant squared of x. And then we get to the hard ones, secant and cosecant. The derivative of secant, secant x, tangent of x. The derivative of cosecant is negative cosecant of x, cotangent of x. There is a relationship between these, but one thing I do want to notice is that the cos always are negative. So anything with a co is going to become negative. Even the derivative cosine becomes negative sine. So anything with a co should always have a negative value attached to it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you all later. Bye-bye.